Can we rescue the reefs? Coral reefs in the Caribbean and around the world are in danger of dying. Up to 60% may be destroyed in the next 45 years if the reefs are not protected. There are many reasons why about 10% of the world's reefs have been killed, including pollution, overfishing, and careless divers. You can never point to just one thing and say it's this that's killing the reefs, says Clive Wilkinson, a biologist at the Australian Institute of Marine Science. It's almost everything. Scientists and nature lovers want everyone to understand the importance of protecting Earth's precious reefs. If people understand the problem, they may be able to do something about it. Coral reefs are built out of colonies of see-through animals. These animals are called corals. Corals are cousins of jellyfish. Corals even sting, as jellyfish do. The animals develop a hard outer shell. They stick together to build their colonies in beautiful shapes. Teammates. Once upon a time in America, when automobiles were black and looked like tanks, and laundry was white and hung on clotheslines to dry, there were two wonderful leagues that no longer exist. They were called the Negro Leagues. The Negro Leagues had extraordinary players, and adoring fans came to see them wherever they played. They were heroes. But players in the Negro Leagues didn't make much money, and their lives on the road were hard. Laws against segregation didn't exist in the 1940s. In many places in this country, Black people were not allowed to go to the same schools and churches as white people. They couldn't sit in the front of a bus or trolley car. They couldn't drink from the same drinking fountains that white people drank from. Back then, many hotels didn't rent rooms to Black people, so the Negro League players slept in their cars. Many towns had no restaurants that would serve them, so they often had to eat meals that they could buy and carry with them. The Malachite Palace. There was once a princess who lived in a Malachite palace. She had everything she could possibly want. Everything, that is, except for a friend. On the other side of ornate iron gates, many children laughed and played in the fields beyond the palace. But neither the lady-in-waiting, all dressed in white, nor the governess, all dressed in black, and much less the queen, all dressed in gold, would have thought, even for a moment, that the princess could be allowed to play with the other children. Those children are rude. Those children are ignorant. Those children are common, they would say, as if in a chorus. And the princess always kept the windows of her room in the Malachite Palace tightly closed, so that the voices of the children playing in the open fields would not reach her. Perhaps she had come to believe what her elders said about those children. Or perhaps she just didn't want to be reminded of how happy the children sounded as they scampered about.